There is something uniquely intense about being Gen X right now. This is the generation that grew up being told, go outside, be home when the streetlights come on. The generation of latchkey kids. Empty houses, microwave dinners, figuring it out on your own. Now they're being told that they are too involved with their kids. That contradiction explains a lot.
Welcome to In Good Company, Elder Care in Your Backyard.
If you grew up in the 1970s or early 80s, chances are both of your parents were working. Between 1970 and 1990, the percentage of mothers with young children in the workforce jumped dramatically, from about 37% to nearly 60%. Gen X became known as one of the least supervised, least nourished generations in modern American history. You learned independence early. You handled your own homework, your own friendship drama, your own disappointments. No one emailed teachers on your behalf. No one was stepping in to negotiate social conflicts. You worked it out, or you did not. That experience built resilience. It also built something else, a quiet vow. If I ever have kids, I am going to show up. And here is where Gen X becomes distinct. Because now, they are not just showing up for their kids, they are also showing up for their parents. Gen X sits at the center of what we call the sandwich generation. But the squeeze may be more pronounced for them than for generations before or after. Why? First, Gen Xers feel a deep sense of obligation toward their aging parents. They were raised by baby boomers who emphasized duty, responsibility, and family loyalty. Even though they grew up independent, Gen X internalized that obligation. So, when their parents begin to need help financially, medically, or emotionally, Gen X steps in. At the same time, they were parenting differently than they were parented. They remember the loneliness of the empty house, the feeling of navigating everything alone. So, they consciously chose to be more emotionally present, more available, more protective when it counts. Some people describe them as stealth fighter parents. They are not hovering every single minute. They still value independence, but when something truly matters, they go all in. Psychologically, what many Gen X parents seem to be aiming for looks a lot like what researchers call authoritative parenting: high warmth and high expectations. It is this balance of, I am here for you, and you are still responsible for your choices. They want their kids to feel supported but not fragile, independent but never alone. Now layer onto that the economic reality Gen X has lived through. They graduated into recessions. They watched pensions disappear. They saw job security erode. Stability was not promised to them. So they are trying to raise capable kids in an unstable world. And they're doing it in the first era of social media parenting. Unlike their childhoods, where embarrassment faded with time, their kids' lives unfold online, publicly, permanently. Picture the pressure. You are managing your career, often at a plateau stage. You are helping aging parents navigate health issues. You are parenting kids in a digital world you did not grow up in. And you are trying to do all of it better than it was done for you. That is the squeeze. Your parents may think you are coddling your kids. Your kids may think you are too strict. You are translating between generations that do not speak the same emotional language. And unlike millennials, who are just entering peak caregiving years, or boomers who often had more defined economic ladders, Gen X is doing this with less institutional support and fewer cultural narratives centered on them. They are often overlooked in generational conversations, but they are carrying a lot. What is interesting is that Gen X does not typically parent for applause. That latchkey experience taught them that external validation is unreliable, so they tend to parent from an internal compass. They will let their teenager fail and learn, but they will also answer the phone at 2 a.m. without judgment. They remember what it felt like not to have anyone to call. And perhaps that is what makes their squeeze unique. It is not just logical about time or money or energy, it is emotional. They are trying to break a cycle without rejecting everything that shaped them. They want to preserve the resilience, the toughness, the self-reliance. but they also want their kids to feel seen, and they want their parents to feel cared for. This is a heavy middle. So, if you are Gen X and you feel tired, there is a reason. You are holding two generations at once. You are translating between two worlds. You are doing it while trying not to lose yourself in the process. That might be one of the most defining psychological experiences of this generation. If you're wanting more content like this, please like and subscribe to our channel. I'm Spencer Ernst, and know that you are always in good company.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
And we'd love to stay connected. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and on Instagram at In Good Company Elder Care Podcast.
You can also find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at IGC Pod, and on TikTok at IGC Elder Care Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to In Good Company Elder Care in Your Backyard. I'm John Ray, and I've been joined by my amazing co-host, Spencer Ernst. Special thanks to our executive producer, Alex Wallace, for helping bring this show to life. Until next time, take care, and remember, you are always in good company.